Alright guys, this is the Armattan, what can I call this? I guess M6-500. 6 is for 6 arms, M is for M arms, and 500, well, it's 500 mil from motor to motor. So I guess, yeah, M6-500 Armattan. This is a prototype, it's not something that I will produce. If I do end up producing a hexacopter, I would make some changes to the center plates a little bit. Some things that I know could be improved in terms of making it lighter, but also in terms of battery attachment. You see, when I designed these plates, I didn't really have in mind using 2 batteries on there, and I think it'd be better to use 2 batteries, you know, to get long flight time on this. So this is something you know, it's probably very easy to jimmy something up to put 2 batteries on there at the moment, but I would like to have something that's more the finished product, ready for installing 2 batteries. The arms are M arms, just like my M models. Props are 9-inch. Kick 2 board. Center plates are CNC aluminum. Aluminum is 1.6 mil thick, and it's 1051 alumi, both top and bottom. And then I put this little thing on the bottom here. That's basically a battery tray, protects the battery, I guess, if you were to touch down. And I like the idea of having that on there as well, because the CNC arms on this are quite weak. You know, they're meant to bend and be bent back for my acrobatic quads. I don't think they're the best skids for something like this that would actually use a camera on the front here. There's a GoPro mount here. So I put this on the bottom essentially to stop the clearance. So if the little CNC arms bend, it's going to stop right there with this tray here, while protecting your battery and also protecting your camera from hitting the ground too hard if you were to have an unplanned landing with this. What else can I say about this? Yeah, that's about it. This is just jimmied up by myself. I made this, got this made, I should say, just to cover the battery, as I said, and protect the camera a bit. And I don't really like this. I mean, it looks okay, but it can be customized. There's different mounting holes to make it bigger slot or a thicker slot to fit, you know, one or one more battery under there. But I'm not really satisfied with this, so that's why this is definitely a prototype. It's not something I would produce without making several improvements to the design at the moment. But it's a, you know, it's the first one I've ever built. It is a strong model. It's essentially using the same materials as I use for my M model quads, so it's definitely up there among some of the toughest hexacopter out there at the moment. So I have not actually flown this yet. I've spooled it up in my garage area, make sure everything was okay. It does lift off, it seems very stable, but this is going to be my maiden flight here with it. I have not flown this yet. In fact, I have never flown a hexacopter before. It's kind of funny that I built one and never even flown one before. The building process is quite easy, very much like building a quad. Just got to be mindful of the motor orientation on there, and essentially is 50% more work. There's 2 more ESCs to connect, 2 more motors, but other than that, it's not a difficult thing to build. So how about we go ahead and have a look how this flies for us. Battery on there is 2200 mAh, and I don't think it's big enough to provide decent flight time. Like I said, I'd probably like to have 2 of those connected under there, or a big one, I don't know, 36 or 4000 mAh or something like that might give you longer flight time. Although from what I've seen in my basement, it requires very little throttle to lift off. You see these arms, these tubular arms are very light. So the actual build is it's not really a heavy hexacopter. We're using these arms. So flight time might be okay with only 1 battery there, but I guess we'll find out. I will fly this now until the beeper goes off. So flight starts right now. Let's have a look. Very, very stable. There's no hands here. There's pretty much very good power to this thing. It's starting to beep under load already. Again, it's not the right battery to run a quad this size with 6 motors. 2,200 mAh simply not enough. First flight with a hexacopter ever. Not really that difficult to fly. Very much like a quadcopter. His hands off here. Incredibly stable. Not too bad flight time for only 2,000 mAh. Shows that that's not a really heavy hexacopter. I much prefer the M arms for Hexa than I do the CNC arms. CNC arms are nice and tough, but that's for acrobatics. Don't really want to go crazy with an hexacopter. Usually you'll put a camera on there and whatnot. Something it's meant to fly more casually. And do good scale flying with them. But you need light. I think you need something light, because you don't, especially if you want to put a camera on there. So let's land this now. Looks like that's what the KK2 is telling me to do. Alright, so that's the M6-500 by Armattan prototype. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.